What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Gotti's Garage. Today's video, we have a ton of parts to be adding on to the 600 horsepower turbo Silverado. But before we get there, I just want to say, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. It's completely free and it helps me build the channel. Allows me to make videos like this that can help you guys, as well as do cool things in the future. So now let's get straight to today's video. We are putting the 4L80, which I haven't shown you yet, but I will throw some pictures right here. But we got a 4L80 used for $300, and it either is going to work or it's not going to work. But for $300, that is a good core, as well as a good deal if it does work. So we're gonna go mate the transmission to the engine. That way we can drop that into the Silverado. Now, if you guys don't remember, this Silverado was a cammed 5.3 with a 4L60E. in it, and I chucked a rod through the pan. If you guys didn't see that video, go ahead and go back in the history of my channel and you guys will see that. The motor we already rebuilt, or built as far as it's getting built as of right now. It is an unopened 5.3 with a sloppy stage 2 cam in it. As well as some comp cam beehive springs, a VS Racing Turbo that has a T51R mod housing on it, so it's going to scream. Now, before we can do any of that, we have to first adapt the 4L80 transmission to a 4L60 truck, and we're gonna do that by this little Amazon bracket. Now, this thing was like 40-some dollars. I'll put a link in the description below for that. But before we do any of that, we have to address my oil pan problem. The original oil pan I put on, it cracked somehow. I was just torquing everything down to spec, and right where the oil cooler lines go, it actually just cracked right there. So I ended up buying a new oil pan, which is a 4th gen oil pan out of an unknown vehicle, and too much modification would have been made to do that. And I started making the modifications. I shortened the pickup tube by 1 inch and cut the tray up, and it just still did not work. So that gets to today's video point, which is today's video sponsor, and it's a huge sponsor to Gotti's Garage, and that is Evil Energy. Evil Energy, I reached out to them, told them that, hey, I got a big problem. I have a deadline. I'd like to get this engine and trans into the truck. That way we can start mocking up the turbo kit, like the hot side, and then eventually the cold side, and fuel line, because I gotta finish that fuel line. But I broke my oil pan. So unluckily, Evil Energy sells an LS oil pan kit. They sell a front sump and a rear sump. I have to get the rear sump, obviously, for a Silverado, but it comes with everything. Not only do you get this aluminum pan, you get the windage tray, brand new, a pickup tube, brand new gasket, all the hardware needed, as well as a block off if you are gonna go with a block off. We're not gonna go with a block off because we are running Evil Energy's oil cooler kit that they have, which comes with this and then the whole actual oil cooler itself, which I have some ideas on. I was gonna run by you guys as well, but we're gonna be doing a transmission cooler and an oil cooler, but I was thinking about building some brackets and kind of putting it down here. But that is gonna be later on in the future. But as of right now, we have to get the old 4th gen pan off, put the 3rd gen back on, so that way we can get the motor into the truck, and then we can figure out turbo line, like the oil drain, where that's gonna go, and stuff like that. All right, so I got the engine pulled out, and we have it flipped upside down, obviously. But I just wanted to show you guys some cool things that I was thinking. This is a BBK shorty header that we're actually gonna be running on the driver's side, because I'm gonna be building my own crossover tube. Instead of spending like $400 or using a pre-made one, I would love the chance to be able to use the new Yes Welder to start welding up and fabbing up some stuff. But on this build, we're gonna use a log turbo manifold on the passenger side, and then a shorty on the right side. I don't know, let's see what happens. All right, well, first off, we have to pull this old, kind of new to me actually, 5.3 oil pan off. I only have this pan held on by the 2 long bolts right here. There we go. Now we're just gonna have to open everything up so we can figure out what everything goes to I mean, everything, most of it's pretty self-explanatory. These are pan bolts. We have these little ones that we have to figure out, which we have a new drain plug. And I'm guessing 2 of these are probably for that, and we'll figure out the rest. First, I want to get a pickup tube installed on here. And then as always, quality is top notch with Evil Energy. And one cool thing about the Evil Energy is I actually bought an adapter, which kind of sucks now because this one has the adapter where, so it holds down the pickup tube with even force rather than just one side. All right, we have the pickup tube sitting down flush. I used the original bolt, and there is a Allen bolt right there that the kit came with. Get this 10 out of here. For a minute, I thought it was stuck under there. And then we got that 13 tightened down, and there we have it. Nice and tough on there. And as you can tell, this is a lower profile oil pan. Not that this truck needed it, but Evil Energy has it, and we're gonna use it. All right, then of course you got your 4 little bolts right here, and that is for tray. Oh, just like that. And then you got these 4 little 10s. Run these down, not very tight. There we go, that ain't going anywhere. This oil pan is coming back off because like I said, we do have to drill a hole through this so we can do the oil return line. So I'm not gonna be using the brand new gasket. I'm probably just gonna throw my old gasket on there. So I'll go ahead and thread this in. Let's just make sure it's for our correct brand new oil filter that we just painted, which we'll do the same. Again, we'll paint this after we drill the hole. Perfect. And then drain plug. I'm not gonna use the provided drain plug. That is because I have a magnetic one that I bought off Rock Auto, so that way we can keep an eye on oil without cutting oil filters open all the time. And threads in like butter. I actually messed up. I told you this was from Evil Energy. This is actually off of Amazon. I can throw a link down below where I got this from. While I was taking it off, I spotted this. This is what Evil Energy sent me. It is a sandwich plate, and these do work very well. Except for Evil Energy doesn't make one for the Gen 3 LS stuff. Maybe for the Gen 4, I'm not sure, but not for the Gen 3. So I bought this guy right here. And what this does is essentially the same thing. We have a turbo oil feed line right here, as well as the out and the in lines for the oil cooler. To install this oil cooler, it's as simple as putting the little gasket on, just like that. And this uses -10 and fittings right here. They do make a -10 to -6, but we're just gonna run -10 for the oil stuff. Now we go ahead and throw the old gasket on and then install this pan, and then we can go ahead and get the motor all set up. All right guys, off camera, we had some fitment issues with the pan, and actually I had these same fitment issues with the 4th gen pan as well, except for it was also hitting the pickup tube. This Evil Energy one is not. So I did some research online, and it turns out a lot of aftermarket pans, you have to trim or remove the windage tray completely. I was a little worried about that because of the irrigation of the oil, you know. So we're just gonna keep a close eye on that. If that tends to happen, we'll buy an aftermarket windage tray. If it doesn't do anything, you know, with like oil pressure and stuff like that, I think we should be okay. I did attempt to trim the pan, but it's still hitting like way up here. So I figured we can always come back to this, or like I said, buy a new pan or a windage tray. We'll get this pan all freaking dirty, but we'll clean it. Okay, so we have our back cover loose. Just tap it down. Kind of hold that in place right there. Then we'll finish tightening the rest when we get it up on that cherry picker. But pan is on, cover's on. Let's go ahead and finish throwing in the rest of the bolts on the pan, and then we can get this thing off the end. All right, guys, hopefully you guys can see pretty good, but I have the 4L80 and the engine in there. Sorry, I went off camera. It's hot, 90 degrees. I was swearing. I wasn't being very camera friendly, but the 4L80 is mounted to it. Torque converter bolts are not in it because this is gonna come back off again probably. Yeah, so no motor mount bolts are in, but they are sitting like on the clamshells or whatever you wanna call them. The motor is pretty much in there. The cherry picker is holding it because that 4L80 is so heavy. He just wants to pull it down. So I had to get a jack under there, lift that 4L80 up so I could put the new cross member on. All right, guys, we're down here on the ground. I got the transmission up on a jack. Got this cross member, one bolt in, and that is it. Because the transmission mount bolt is shoved all the way back because this just isn't long enough. So I think we're gonna have to modify this little bracket right here and extend it out probably a good, I don't know, 2 inches. So that's fun. I'm gonna see if I can't just shove it up in there so I can get the bolts in so we can at least get the trans set. So I can pull this truck out because it's right next to another truck and it kind of sucks. All right, just like I said I was gonna do, I got all 4. Oh, anyways, that's fine. It's all lined up. I got the bolts in here. I'm gonna see, maybe the engine, because of how dark it was up there, maybe I have it set back too far. So maybe I just have to pull it forward. All right, guys, I'm sweaty. It's hot. It is getting very late. I have an entire mess to clean up, but we got the cammed 5.3 and the 4L80 in. As you saw before, we're gonna have to cut off that little end, extend it out a little bit, maybe an inch or two, so that trans will sit flush so we could bolt it down. But that's the whole point of this, is just testing. So we'll probably have to do that first. But a couple things in the future that we're gonna be doing, I'm gonna order a turbo manifold so we can get the turbo right here, which is a billet wheel T51R mod, 76, 75, I think it is. Can't remember. But we're gonna get that bolted up. Obviously these heater core hoses, I was just checking that out. They're gonna have to be extended probably. And then we can start building the hot side. So the crossover over here with the wastegate is going to be on the crossover. It's going to come up. Turbo should be sitting right around here. Might have to relocate the coolant reservoir. Not 100% sure on that. I didn't show you guys this at all, but this is a Trailblazer SS manifold. So we got that. I got it all taped up because I'm going to go clean it up and stuff, make it look nicer, and then we'll refresh all this too. But I also bought a billet 4-3 throttle body spacer. In my mind, we're running a boosted application, so any restrictions or anything like that, we can kind of push through that, you know, tiny bit. In order for me to run a 4th gen throttle body with a 3rd gen truck would be to buy that X-Link, I think it's called X-Link, but it's like $300 and some for 30 horsepower. So I don't really see the value in that at all, especially since we're only aiming for 600 horsepower right now. So we're just gonna go the cheap route with a $30 billet adapter and run a 3rd gen throttle body. But I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm freaking wiped. Worked all day and then came here and worked on this all day. And it had some problems, little setbacks, huge victory when we overcome those, and we're getting closer. So guys, we're gonna call it on this video. Stay tuned for the next video where we extend that. So guys, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button so you guys can watch me fix all these little setbacks, bolt up this turbo, and before long, we got almost everything. So before long, we'll fire this up for the first time. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and I'm gonna clean and go home.